So, these oranges are washed, right? So top doctors and nutritionists recommend you get a Vitamix in your home. They not only tell you that it's the most powerful way to start your day, making a smoothie every day out of the Vitamix, but they also say it can absolutely change your life. And I have met so many people that can give testimony to that. And that's because the reason why doctors and top nutritionists recommend it, and the reason why it can change your life, is because your Vitamix is a whole food juicer. You see, we're juicing the seeds, the pulp, and the fiber. For instance, with the orange, all I'm doing is taking off the outer zest. I'm using a potato peeler. You can also use a knife. But what this allows us to do is preserve that inner rind or the pith of the orange. It turns out about 70% of the vitamin C in an orange is in that thin outer layer. So we combine both the dry, somewhat bitter outer layer of the orange with most of the nutrition with the sweet part on the inside. It's kind of similar with the pineapple. The best part of the pineapple for you is the center core. That's what most people throw away because it's pretty hard to chew. It's very fibrous. But with the Vitamix, we can liquefy even tough fibers. Also, I find a lot of people do not buy fresh pineapples anymore, because by the time you cut away these sharp edges, by the time you remove the center core, if you didn't have a Vitamix, there's not a whole lot of pineapple slice left. But today we can put in the entire slice of the pineapple. This is our only waste. Even the pineapple rind is edible, just not very yummy or nutritious, so we're going to throw that out. I'm adding a little bit of agave. This is a natural low glycemic index sweetener. It's a spinach. Now at home I like to use kale and collards and chard. You get to choose the greens you want to add to your Vitamix. And there's no throwing away of the spine or any of the tough parts of fruits and vegetables, because the Vitamix has the power to liquefy fiber. Small amounts of citrus, you can leave the rind on. So for this lime, I'm using the skin as well as the inside. And then some ice. Ice will help keep it cool, because as we're going to demonstrate next with a hot soup, the Vitamix has the ability to create enough friction to boil water to make hot soup. To keep our smoothie cool, we add a little ice on top. Notice we don't have to add a lot of water or milk at the bottom. Your Vitamix liquefies fiber. We turn it up to high speed and then kick in this turbo button. When you have materials that don't go down to the blades, use a tamper to quickly be able to push ingredients down into the blades. No matter how hard we press, it never touches the blades because of this safety collar. Smoothies take about 60 seconds. During that time, I want to remind you this model of Vitamix is regularly about $499. But here at the fair, you get a better than fair price, because not only are we lowering it down to $449, but we're going to give you a second canister totally free. The second canister is your choice between a 32-ounce dry or a 48-ounce wet. 48-ounce wet allows you to run your Vitamix for all these liquid recipes on the kitchen counter, and it'll slide back underneath the wall cabinets. This one is a 32-ounce dry. That's specifically for milling whole grains or whole spices into dry powders. Your Vitamix canister, the 64-ounce that comes with the machine, is perfect for almost every recipe from the Vitamix. Silky smooth, no chunks, no lumps, just great tasting juice. How are you doing today?
Good. Did you peel the banana?
I did peel the banana.
That's not the only thing you peel, right?
So that's why we do the demonstration to show all the details of what we do. We peel the banana, but the banana skin is edible. So we just seal it here for flavor.
What kind of nutrition is in it?
You know what? I'm not going to go into the details on the nutritional aspect. Do you have a Vitamix at home? Okay. So what our main purpose here is to show you how Vitamix gives you a silky smooth texture. So since my specialty is not the nutritional content, it's about explaining how a machine can maximize all the nutritional content. Turn the machine up to high and it washes itself. A little bit of warm soap and water. Already clean, now rinse out the sides with fresh water. So do you do any kind of high-speed juicing or blending at home?
I'd like to.
Oh, well then you're at the right place. Your Vitamix is a blender, juicer, food processor. It's actually 13 kitchen appliances in one machine. So durable, they generally last about 30 to 40 years. They did a study with families that were using their Vitamix 2 or more times a day, every day. They found that on average, the machines lasted over 22 years. So an incredible value. When you consider the Vitamix is only $4.49 here at the fair, you're getting 2 canisters, you're getting the cookbook, you're getting a chef-led DVD, you're getting an 8-year warranty. For 8 years, they'll make sure the machine keeps running like new. If you have any issues whatsoever, they even pay the shipping to and from your home to keep it running like new for 8 years. All that for only one single investment of $4.49. And today, if you want, we can spread the investment out into 5 equal payments for only $98.96. Now for our soup, which is our next example of what the Vitamix can do, we add some carrots, some celery, and some tomato. Before I add the celery though, I just want to show you, on low speed, the Vitamix chops and dices. So you take a tamper, push down the ingredients in the blades, and this is how you can make a quick salsa, right? A chunky guacamole. You can even just, dice carrots, mince onions. Take a look at that. Isn't that great? Nice, chunky ingredients. You don't have to make everything into a liquid puree. Now, because I'm making soup, not salsa today, we can use a whole celery stick to add some vegetable bouillon. At home I use chicken broth. Here I'm going to use some vegetable bouillon. I'll explain why we do this a little differently in the demo in just a second. I'm going to add some garlic. Now garlic's wonderful, very healthy, but nobody likes to peel garlic. With the Vitamix you don't have to peel it. It'll liquefy the skin on the garlic. And we're going to add some taco seasoning because we're making a tortilla soup. In the cookbook that comes with your Vitamix today, there are about a dozen recipes of different types of soup. My favorite is the broccoli cheddar. So, at home I add cold chicken broth and the Vitamix makes it hot. I'll explain how in a minute. The Vitamix makes it hot from all cold ingredients. Today I'm adding warm water so it doesn't take 7 minutes to make hot soup. But if you think about it, if you had to cut all these fruits, all these vegetables up, and you had to put them on the stove, this soup would take you at least an hour. With the Vitamix, the maximum time it would take is 7 minutes, and that's with cold broth. By adding warm broth, we'll be done in 1 minute. So when you start on the variable speed, setting 1, you work it up to 10, and then put it on high. You hear the difference? So at this speed, the blade tips are spinning 240 miles an hour. That's 37,000 rotations a minute. The blades are not sharp, they're dull like a butter knife. What this is doing is causing a whole lot of friction. The friction is what's doing the heating. That means you can touch the base, it won't burn you. That means there's no electrical or heating coils to burn out. Even the canister here is designed to withstand temperatures up to 600 degrees. The canister is shatterproof, it's BPA free, and it's fairly insulated so it won't even burn you if you touch the hot soup from the outside. Our soup is almost ready. Let me show you how hot this got. Come on up, we have green smoothies for you. Take a look at how hot. You see, it doesn't take long to make a piping hot soup. Or do you like macaroni and cheese? You can make the cheese sauce in here. The ingredients are very simple. It's just flour, butter, milk, and then blocks of whatever cheese you have in the house. So that way you don't have to be reading the ingredients in your jar of cheese sauce, which are usually pretty scary, right? Yep. Set this to a medium-low speed, and we can, by turning it on and off a couple times, we can add texture to the soup. This is how you can have a visually more appealing and more nutritional soup by adding extra ingredients at the end. I'm adding some corn, we added some spinach. You could add some beans and rice already cooked. You could even put in some leftover chicken breasts. I like to use leftovers in my soups. That way no food goes to waste. The Vitamix saves me a huge amount of money by not wasting food. On very low speed, we can break in those tortilla chips. At home, I like to use this to make pancake batter. This is one of the 13 things this does is a mixing bowl. Make your pancake batter. I like to add chocolate chips and walnuts at the end. Low speed, it stirs them in. But just like that, you have a fresh soup. Look at that. Fresh soup, nice and hot, made hot in the Vitamix in minutes, not hours. That saves you a huge amount of time. Plus, this is whole food nutrition. A lot of times tomato soup, if you make it at home, you're supposed to blanch those tomatoes, take off the skin, throw away the seeds. And the seeds and the skin are actually some of the more nutritious parts of the tomato. So again, do your research on the ingredients. We were talking about, skins and things like that. I'm going to make a smoothie next to show you what skins I use and which ones I don't. But do the research on what's nutritious and what's not. The thing is, you have a machine here that can actually liquefy anything of any kind of...
blades aren't sharp?
No, the blades are actually dull. See, Vitamix learned years ago through engineering and research, actually decades ago, that dull blades make smoother smoothies than sharp blades. So when you see these brands that run those infomercials with a tower of sharp blades, that is really more for show, because we have found that dull blades make a better result. And that means you never have to sharpen the blades, you never take them out or replace them. That means there's no rubber ring or gasket in the bottom, which also means it's easier to clean. Because after all, the worst part of cooking at home is cleanup, right? Yep. Warm water and a drop of dish soap, and your Vitamix washes itself. It's sort of like having a dishwasher in the Vitamix, right? Because that's what a dishwasher does. It takes warm soapy water, and with agitation it cleans. Watch the agitation with warm soapy water in a Vitamix. It's even coming up and cleaning up in the cap. I'm going to make an ice cream next. I'll make an orange sherbet, but I'll show you some of the rinds and things that we put in there. Yeah, the orange sherbet's wonderful. I love making the orange sherbet here in Syracuse at the State Fair because, yes. So rinse the Vitamix out with warm soapy water, with fresh water, and it's clean. That makes it the easiest appliance to clean in your home. And that's why most families use it 2 or 3 times a day, every day. All right, so next up, we're going to do an orange sherbet. Now, since this is a dessert, we're going to add some sweetener to the bottom of the blades. You can add more or less at home depending on what you're looking for as far as flavor. We're even going to add some carrots to our ice cream. And then we're going to add some orange. So, for instance, when we use oranges, the only thing we're going to take off is the zest. The zest is of very little nutritional value, and it's very bitter. So we don't need much of it. I'm leaving a little bit, maybe, for flavor, but most of it needs to come off for most people. But we're leaving the pith. There you go. So the pith has a lot of bioflavonoids, the pith has most of the vitamin C, and actually most of the calcium too. That's it. I mean, you can add extra ingredients if you want. You could add a splash of cream if you want. But simply, those fresh ingredients and ice, and you're on your way to making, in this case, a sorbet. I call it ice cream, orange ice cream. It's really a sorbet. Of course, if you want to make this an adult cocktail, you just use your built-in shot glass and put your adult cocktail in there. Matter of fact, this is how a lot of the major food restaurant chains are using this to make frozen cocktails behind the bar. Start it on low, go up to high, and then kick in the ultra-high turbo speed. If you need to, you have a tamper to keep things moving. Do you like peanut butter? I love fresh ground peanut butter. I grind it in the Vitamix. Yep. So I start with 3 cups of peanuts. 3 cups of peanuts. 30 seconds later, I have peanut butter. Do you hear how the material has moved away from the blades? That would be the end of it for a regular blender. But with this, we can continue to grind it down using the tamper. Just like that, in less than a minute, we have a fresh sorbet or ice cream or frozen yogurt. So you have seen this demo before, right, at some point?
Yeah, part of it.
Yep. So since you're looking for some way to do frozen, or to do smoothies and juices and things, what would hold you back from getting it today? Price? Yes, this model is regularly $500. Now, the fair gives you the best deal here. When we're here at the fair, we're not only giving you this machine instead of $500 for $449, we're giving you a $150 canister for free. We're still giving you the cookbook. We're giving you a choice of 3 colors. We're giving you a chef-led DVD. We're also going to be able to break up the payments. And that's really where people then can afford, pretty much anybody can find this affordable, because it's really $98 down today. And then in 30 days, they will charge your credit card another $98. And they do that 4 times. So by New Year's Eve, just in time, ready for your New Year's resolutions, you will have your Vitamix totally paid for, but you'll be able to use it tonight or tomorrow morning. So for $98 down, you can take home our #1 selling model. That's the Vitamix 5300, the one you see right in front of you in white, red, or black. What do you think? Can you do the $98 today? Oh, we'll see. So keep it on the wish list. Keep it on the wish list. All right. Next up, let me show you how we make a strawberry apple lemonade. Melissa, you want to try it? You're welcome. Have a great day. Enjoy the fair. That's good. You actually good catch. All right, I think we can get one more orange sherbet. Come on over. See how the Vitamix makes ice cream, sorbets, and sherbets. Next up, we're going to show you how we make a whole food juice. Just like that. Now, if you've ever used an ice cream maker, you know they usually are a lot of work, and then there are a lot of cleanup afterwards. With the Vitamix, cleanup is simple. So simple, you'll use it 2 or 3 times a day, every day. Warm water, drop a dish soap, spin it up on high. Just like that. And then rinse out the sides. All right, let's show you what we can do with apples in the Vitamix. I know since we're in central New York, this is apple country. We're going to be getting some great apples coming through the crops real soon. So we're going to do a strawberry apple lemonade, which of course means we'll start with some strawberries. You realize that even the strawberry tops are edible. So we're going to put the whole strawberries in. The Vitamix has the ability to liquefy the seeds. We can liquefy all the seeds from the size of strawberry seeds, even up to avocado pits. We're going to put this apple in with the stem, the seeds, and the core. They all contain some level of nutrition. It also makes it simple and easy to get that apple a day, right? Strawberry, apple, and then I promised you strawberry apple lemonade. So for the lemon, we are going to use a tiny, thin little slice. I like to say it's like a poker chip size slice of lemon. A little bit of agave for sweetness. Now, if you're using a real sweet variety of apples, you might not even need to add a sweetener, or you could add honey, and maybe a little bit of coconut water. And then some ice. Just like any kind of mechanical equipment, you always like to start on low speed. So we go variable speed 1, turn it up to 10, and then flip it up to high. That's an orange sherbet. We call it a green smoothie. I mean, it's gonna taste like lemon. It's gonna taste like lime and orange. Well, you know what? Also, it's been sitting out for about 5-10 minutes, so it's probably a difference in it. Let me see how this is. Right flavor, but it's better when it's ice cold. You like that one? And then this is a tortilla soup. Good. Did you like that one? Strawberry apple lemonade coming right up, and this is a whole food juice. You could also call it a smoothie. There we go. Strawberry apple lemonade. Look at this texture. Now when you drink this, take a moment to really feel the texture. This has the entire apple, the stem, the seeds, the core. I'm not saying the stem is going to change your life or that's important at it, but we're really demonstrating how the Vitamix can liquefy even tough parts of fruits and vegetables. Even the strawberry seeds are liquefied. I've had people ask me, well, maybe the seeds are sitting at the bottom, right? And I have had that issue with other machines, but with the Vitamix, even right down to the very bottom, seeds are gone. Do you have a Vitamix at home?
No.
Why not?
I'm not home long enough.
Oh, you're not home long enough?
No, because we are retired.
Okay. You still eat, right? You still eat, right? We all eat.
We're gonna go visit a friend.
Okay. Warm water, drop a dish soap, and the Vitamix washes itself. It is so easy to clean, and that's probably your most significant feature as far as convenience. Start it on medium speed, turn it up to high. It's already clean, just rinse out the sides. If you have something that's a little more oily or something in there, you might want to use hotter water, run it a little longer, but it's still, the process is that easy. Rinse the canister out with fresh water, and you are ready for the next recipe. Just like that. Now I just want to point out this whole top of the Vitamix is designed to shed water, so you're not going to have any issues with water getting into the machine. These right here are just bolts in there, so they don't go down to the motor. This part sheds the water off, and then this protects it also. That's going to increase the durability of your motor. For our next recipe, let's show you an avocado ice cream. I know that may sound a little strange, unless you already own a Vitamix, in which case then you probably are making your own avocado ice cream. Now today I'm going to throw out the avocado pit, but the avocado pit is edible, at least a lot of people believe so. I know at my house we eat the avocado pit. There's really no way to eat this unless you grind it up. With the Vitamix, we would throw it in to our smoothie. It liquefies it in about 60 seconds. Yep. Some people say it's the most nutritious part of the avocado. Because it's a little bitter, we're not going to add it to our ice cream. I'm going to put in the rest of the avocado. Throw away this again. And again, we're going to use a little bit of agave as a natural sweetener. You can also use honey. We're going to add some non-dairy vanilla creamer. This will give it a strong vanilla flavor. And spinach. So the avocado's in there to keep it creamy without having to use a high fat content. The spinach is in here to boost the nutritional content and show you that you can get really nutritionally dense foods like spinach into ice creams. Great for the kids, but you know what? Most of us adults need something like this too. And then we add ice. What I love about our ice creams and sorbets, they very often use ice, although you can also use frozen fruit. And by using a lot of ice, the ice has no calories, the ice has no fat, so it keeps your ice creams on the healthier side. Put on the cap. Now, did you hear that? The cap actually has a safety. When you push down on the sides, it clips down. That keeps it from coming off while the machine is running. Start it on variable speed 1, walk it up to 10, and then pop it into the high gear. Take your tamper, push the ingredients down right into the blade. And in less than 1 minute, we have frozen ice cream, sorbets, sherbets. Take a look at this texture. Do you see that? Pretty incredible, isn't it? You ever wonder where our logo comes from? See the 4 vortexes, the 4 swirls? You see how that's part of the ice cream? This is the Vitamix 5200. It's our #1 selling model. You can take it home any day of the year for $4.99 just for the machine and a cookbook. But here at the State Fair for only $4.49, we're not only going to give you the machine in your color of choice, red, white, or black, we're going to give you a 48 or 32 ounce second canister, totally free. We're going to give you an 8-year warranty. The machine usually comes with a 5 or 7-year warranty. We extend the warranty out to a full 8 years. That is a top to bottom full machine warranty. They want you to use your Vitamix like new, for 8 years. Thank you. Just for that, I'll give you a little extra in that one. Go ahead and enjoy. Spinach avocado ice cream, just like you would make at home, right? This is how you make your spinach avocado ice cream at home?
Yeah.
Yes, right? You have a Vitamix at home?
My girlfriend's buying.
There you go. So she can make this.
Yes.
Yeah?
Look at that nice firm texture. Come on over and try the ice cream. We also have a strawberry apple lemonade. Some people wait all year to get their Vitamix at the New York State Fair because you're getting a tremendous deal here. There you go. Did you notice how this was almost a half a gallon? I think you can call this a premium sorbet for the price of half an avocado, some spinach, a little bit of sweetener, and creamer. Look at that. There you go, enjoy. Have you seen the Vitamix before? No. So you haven't? Do you have one yet? Okay. Do you realize you've already been eating so many foods out of a Vitamix? You go to Wegmans and you get like one of those frozen coffee drinks out of Wegmans, like their little kiosk. They're using the Vitamix machines there. Matter of fact, almost all your coffee shops across the country use Vitamix. More use Vitamix than any other machine. Jamba Juice, Smoothie King, Orange Julius, these companies have all used Vitamix in the past and current to make smoothies. Whenever I go into a TGI Fridays, everyone I've ever been in, every Outback I've ever been in, they've had a Vitamix behind the bar to make frozen cocktails. Warm water, drop of dish soap. It is so easy to clean. You'll use your Vitamix every day, probably several times a day like most people do. clean, just rinse out the suds. Next up, I want to show you how your Vitamix will dice and chop and mince so that you can make chunky salsas, guacamoles, bruschettas, coleslaw, shred cabbage into coleslaw. Your Vitamix looks like a blender. It's actually 13 kitchen appliances in one machine. And most people invest $500 in this machine. They go online and tell people 5-star to 5-star. They're thrilled with their Vitamix. But here at the State Fair, you have an opportunity to take it home for only $4.49. And it comes with the $150 second canister free. And it comes with an extra year on the warranty, an 8-year warranty free. We'll even break the payments up into payments, 5 payments of $98. Melissa over here can explain how we can break the payments up into 5 easy payments of just over $98 each. Come on up to give this a try. There we go. By the way, a lot of people ask me if these smoothies will keep if you want to make extra. Well, in my house, we find ourselves making small batches and drinking it right away. That way it's maximum freshness. But depending on your ingredients, some smoothies will last for a day or two. There you go. Go ahead and enjoy. Right. We have some strawberry apple lemonade, and we have a green ice cream. Have you tasted the ice cream?
I had this one.
You did. And you said that this one's safer? But you tasted that. Did you like it? Kind of so? You know, it could be a touch sweeter. No, it's not bad. So there was a news report about a year or two ago that they were finding excessive amounts of sawdust in pre-ground Parmesan cheese. That's why with my Vitamix I use it to grind cheese. I'm using carrots as an example. Start it on low speed, turn it up to high, and you can use it as a cheese grater. Look at that nice grated texture. Now, at a lower speed, you get a chunkier texture. So remember I said salsas, chunky guacamoles? On setting 1, variable speed, turn it on and use the tamper to push the tomato or avocado or your other salsa and guacamole ingredients right into the blades. No matter how hard you press, this will never touch the bottom. They have a safety collar. Also, no matter how long I let that run for, it's not going to over chop your tomatoes for salsa. You get a nice chunky salsa, guacamole or bruschetta, with, you know, those type of ingredients. Now, today we're making soup, so we're going to finish it off with some celery and some vegetable bouillon. Even the strings on the celery will have no problem being liquefied by the Vitamix. Even garlic, the skin on the garlic. That saves you from having to take the time to peel garlic. It saves you from having the smell of garlic on your fingers when you go to bed that night. And that's it. We have 4 vegetables. We have some bouillon, and I'm going to add a little bit of taco seasoning because we're making a tortilla soup. At home I use like chicken broth. I put it in cold. So all goes in cold, comes out hot. I'll explain how in a minute. Thank you very much. And by adding warm water, we jump ahead in the process. So it's just a way to have a shortcut for these demonstrations, or you can choose to do that shortcut at home too. Now at this speed, it's going very fast, but you need the blades to spin so fast they create friction, enough friction to boil water. This high speed, which is faster than most blenders on the market, isn't fast enough. You have to use the high button. Listen closely to the difference. That's the speed that will boil soup, boil water, or make hot cheese sauces or gravies by friction. The canister is safe up to 600 degrees. The material is somewhat insulated. It's BPA free. Anybody else for some ice cream? Spinach avocado ice cream. Take a look at how much hotter our soup got. Yep. And the longer you let it run, the hotter and hotter it gets. So you want to boil your soup, let it run for about 10 or 12 minutes. Usually 6 minutes is plenty for most recipes to make a nice hot soup. Set it to a medium speed, variable speed. Turn the machine on and off a couple times, and you can take ingredients like spinach or cilantro at the end, and it chops in those ingredients. Other ingredients you can add at the end are some cooked beans and rice. We have some corn, and we're even going to add some corn chips because this is a tortilla soup. A little bit of organic, gluten-free corn chips. Very low speed, break in and stir in those chips. And your soup is ready in minutes, not hours. We're redefining fast food in the Vitamix. Fast food can be ultra healthy when you have a Vitamix at home. This is our #1 selling model, the 5200. Any day of the year you can take it home for $4.99 right from Vitamix, just for the machine and the cookbook. But today, at the State Fair, we are offering it to you for $4.49, and you're going to get a $150 second canister free. You're still going to get the cookbook, you're going to get a chef-led DVD, and you're going to get an 8-year warranty instead of 7. Come on up and try the soup. It's excellent. Now, most people would agree that probably the cleanup is one of the reasons why we don't like to cook at home, right? The most difficult part about cooking at home is cleanup. With the Vitamix, that's the easiest part. Warm water, drop this soap, turn it up to high. It's even washing up in the cap. Clean, just rinse out the suds. Now, we don't use any nuts here at the Vitamix demonstration because of people who have nut allergies. I wish I could though, because if you like peanut butter, you can put in 3 cups of peanuts, turn it on high, use the tamper to push down the peanuts. 45 seconds with just peanuts, you have fresh ground peanut butter. Come on up, we have a few more soups left. Let's make you a mock pina colada next. We'll give you a tropical beverage. Actually, I don't know that we can do that. Let's see. We're going to make it a pina colada like. Melissa, call Guy and make sure he gets bananas. Make sure he gets some very ripe bananas. Well, you can use my cell phone then. He'll probably need to know that right away. Unless he knows where there's more, but I think we're out. All right, so next up, we're gonna add some pineapple for our mock pina colada. This will be kid friendly. We don't serve alcohol here at the Vitamix demonstration. Aww.
You got the professional the other day.
Wonderful, yes, I remember you, yes. Have you made anything in it yet?
Yeah, we started using it.
Started using it right away, that's the way to do it. Now look at how we can have these big slices of pineapple because we don't have to throw away the core. The core of the pineapple is one of the most nutritious parts. Even these parts that normally you would throw away because they might cut, you know, they feel a little sharp, it'll liquefy those. So pineapple, we're going to add a little bit of lime. Kind of just make it a tropical beverage here.
Is that the best one? No. This isn't the professional.
This is their basic model. This would be the classic model. Exactly. And normally there's about $150 difference. Here at the fair, we had offered a limited amount of the professional model for only $70 more than the classic. So really, I mean, we sold out. Oh, absolutely, because that really was the deal of the fair at that point. All right, so for this, Let's put in a little bit of lemon. We already put in a little bit of lime. We're kind of adding some citrus notes. We're going to add in some. See, don't really only have the coconut milk. Normally I would put fresh coconut in. We're going to put in a little bit of agave for sweetness. So kind of like when I make a frozen margarita at home, we're starting with a lot of good fresh fruit like we would for a smoothie. We're going to add in plenty of ice. Because a frozen cocktail would usually be ice cold, lots of ice. And then if it was a true cocktail, we'd probably be adding some rum here, right? Maybe coconut rum. We're going to add some coconut milk. But we're going to show you how the top of the Vitamix is designed to work like a shot glass. That way you can add the right proportions of your alcoholic beverages right to there. Turn the machine to, start it on low, variable, turn it up to high, then hit the turbo. When you have the automatic machine, you don't have to do any of that. You just set it to smoothie, hit the button, and boom, you're done. Now right now it's blending real well down here, but up top it's kind of getting stagnant. Oh, there we go. If you need to, you have the tamper to push the ingredients down and stir them around while it's running. By the way, does anybody know what I did here? What I'm trying to do here? I'm making compost. I'm making instant compost. You can use your second container for many things. One thing you can do is throw the scraps in here, add a little bit of water. The Vitamix will bring it down to like a sauce or like a baby food or applesauce, and then you can pour that right into the garden. You don't have to worry about turning over the compost. It'll break down much quicker when it's been pre-ground in the Vitamix. That will not hurt the blades at all. Did you get the wet canisters free or the dry? The wet. I love the wet one. That's one I keep on the machine at home because it's just the right height. Yep, under the counter. Look at this incredibly frozen texture. I'm used to pouring my my mocktails into bigger glasses. Look at that. Almost fully frozen. Notice there's no chunks or lumps. It's kind of like a pina colada. We don't have all the exact ingredients, so what we're doing here is mostly pineapple. There's a little bit of coconut milk in here, a little bit of agave, a little bit of lemon and lime. I think it's going to be very good, but I personally like mine with more coconut cream. But let me know how that tastes because, like I said, I'm missing the bananas. That would be what I would add to make it more creamy. How's the flavor on that? Pretty good? All right. Good. Good. Like, all of a sudden I realized I'm out of bananas, so. Yes, we have no bananas. Remember we used to sing that? And our parents used to sing that? Oh my gosh, that would drive me crazy.
I bought mine here about maybe 5 years ago.
Yep. Now, have you looked at any other prices since you bought yours?
Yes.
And where did you get the best deal? Yeah. Yeah, State Farm. Did everybody hear that? Who here has a Vitamix? Right? So all you in the back that don't have a Vitamix, bought it to State Fair. I know it's the best price, although she just got hers. Got yours 5 years ago. Best price. Best price and package. Any Vitamix under $500 is a great, great price opportunity. But today we take a $500 machine, we add a $150 second canister, and we give it to you for $450. Do you have the dry? Yeah.
Can you make one mocha?
Sure. Yeah, we'll make a frozen mochaccino.
That's how you get us to buy it.
Wonderful. All right. Of course, we have to take all the time to take the machine apart to clean it, right? No, yeah, not at all. You never take the Vitamix apart to clean it. Warm water, drop a dish soap, spin it up on high. So for our coffee, frozen chocolate coffee drink, we're going to start with a little bit of soy milk. Because at home I would probably use almond milk, right? I'd use almond milk or cashew milk for this. Your Vitamix bakes almond milk, rice milk, and soy milk. Actually, we're going to use a little coconut milk since that's what's already open. but your Vitamix makes coconut milk. It makes soy milk. It makes almond milk. We're going to add a little bit of agave to sweeten it up with the because we're going to be adding coffee. We are going to add Taster's Choice instant coffee, or if you have leftover coffee that you let chill overnight, we can do that. And some cocoa. Now, as a shortcut, we're going to use some cocoa, hot cocoa mix, but you can also use just Hershey's cocoa and add a little more sweetener of your choice. Now, because this is coffee, and us Americans really like our coffee, don't we? But it's just not coffee if you don't add carrots and spinach. Yep. Because it's my theory that it's the small things we do every single day, like adding carrots and spinach to our mochachinos, that are going to really affect our health. Rather than just eating vegetables, once or twice a week. Lots of ice because we're making a frozen drink. Start it on setting 1, variable speed. Walk it up to 10. Make sure you hit high. And then set a timer on your stove or microwave for about a minute. We do have some models here that you do not have to use a timer because it has automatic settings. They're usually a little more for the convenience. But you can get this model of the Vitamix. This is our #1 seller because a lot of people say, hey, it's still a significant investment. So the best I can do is, show me what's going to be at the lowest price point. The nice thing about Vitamix is, no matter what the price is of your Vitamix, they all make the same recipes. Now, I highly recommend the ones with automatic timers and settings because I've used both. I prefer them that way, and I know how to use the machine. But any Vitamix will do any recipe. The Vitamix Corporation will not make a machine that is not top-notch. Nice, ice cold. Probably could use a little more ice. Mochaccino. What do you think? Yeah, it's good. The only thing I might have added is a little more ice, but we're getting a little more ice at the bottom. Do you like it with the coconut milk? Yeah. All right. Let's go on to the next recipe here. So welcome to the Vitamix demonstration at the New York State Fair. This is my favorite place to demonstrate the Vitamix all year long because there's no price like a Vitamix State Fair price. You have a Ninja at home? Right? Now you want the Ninja, and in about a year or two you'll be buying a Vitamix. And worth every square inch of counter space. This is 13 kitchen appliances in one. This is the machine that makes hot soup. You put all the vegetables in there cold, it comes out hot and ready, no stove or microwave required. This is an ice cream maker. This will make peanut butter with just 3 cups of peanuts and 45 seconds you have peanut butter. So I've met so many people that kind of walked their way up from quality to quality. For the last 15 years, Consumer Reports has put this as the #1 choice. Sometimes I kind of say the other machines are kind of like test machines in our lives to make sure we're going to stick with it. Yep. Where did you get yours? Amazon, okay. So I'm sure you got a great deal. Use it for all it's worth. But just realize there is another step up, and this is what the professionals are using. If you find yourself not using your machine because it's either hard to clean or it's not quite getting the results you want, don't give up on the process. It's just that's why people go with the Vitamix. Yeah, you have a good machine. Yeah.
Have fun.
All right, what do we want to make next? Let's go back to our standard. We're going to do a green smoothie. The top is water resistant. We're just drying it off to make it look pretty. Alright, so when we're making a smoothie, what we are doing is whole food juicing. It's a shame the Vitamix looks like a blender because it's actually 13 kitchen appliances in one, and many people pass it by, they think it's just a blender. But really, it's a smoothie, it's a whole food juicer as well as a blender. We're not going to make a blender juice because a blender juice is kind of chunky and lumpy. We're going to liquefy the seeds and fiber to make a uniquely velvety smooth texture. By the way, if you would like some coffee and chocolate, this is a coffee mochaccino. This is, we use coconut milk. If you don't want it, I'm going to throw it away, so please drink them up because we don't like to keep them out too long. They're better when they're very first, when they come out and they're fresh. It's mostly coffee and chocolate. There are carrots and spinach in there, you'll never even know. What do you think about the flavor?
Tastes like coffee.
Yeah, tastes like coffee and chocolate, yeah. It's amazing how easily you can hide things. We're going to do a carrot, orange, pineapple. So we got the orange in, we're going to throw in the carrots, and we're going to throw in some pineapple. Did you see how with the orange I didn't completely peel it? Turns out about 70% of the vitamin C in an orange is in that white pit. Yep. Do you remember how our parents and grandparents, most likely our grandparents, they would eat that part? You know, they'd get an orange, they'd eat it right down to the rind, to the zest. You know what? That's my belief. You know, back then they had to worry about, you know, things like bacteria, right? They had to worry about sanitation. At this point, we live longer on average because we have better sanitary conditions, but then we wind up still cutting our life shorter than what it could be because we're not getting enough nutrition. I mean, that's, you know, that's a popular opinion. Yep. So carrot, orange, pineapple. Let's throw in a little bit of lime. Even the skin on the lime is edible. See the lemon seed? I'm sorry, lemon. Even the seeds are edible, and they'll be liquefied in the Vitamix. I'm going to add some agave. It's like a natural sweetener. But if you want, you can avoid the sweetener altogether. It really just depends on what your palate is, what you like to eat. At home, when I first got my Vitamix 4 years ago, I used agave. I used a lot of sweeteners and things. It started to get more energy. I started to slim down, and I realized I could start backing off on a lot of those sweeteners, and I still enjoyed the smoothies. And eventually got to the point where I almost never add any sweetener. It's just not necessary once your body can appreciate the finer taste from fruits and vegetables. Start on variable speed 1, spin it up to 10, and then to high. The Vitamix comes with this tamper to push ingredients right down into the blades. That means you're not going to have to shake the blender to make things go down into the blades. It means you're not going to break any spoon handles. Has anybody done that? I know I have broken a few spoons in blenders. Going once, going twice. We have a chocolate coffee drink. We have a pineapple citrus smoothie. Once, twice, 3 times.
Pineapple citrus.
Don't wait for the coffee, huh? Too late at night? It's good. It's chocolate and coffee. No. Yeah. Custom handle. Where are we at? We are putting out cups. blender before?
Yeah, I have.
You have one yet? That one's fantastic. How'd you learn about them so early in life, huh? Yeah, fantastic. Very smart. Have you looked at prices since then?
Not really. The one we got is fine.
Exactly. So I wait all year to be able to bring you an opportunity I cannot bring you anywhere else. Other people wait all year to come back to the fair because they felt that this was the best price and package. All Vitamixes are worth even full retail price because they last 30 to 40 years. They're 13 to 14 kitchen appliances in one. They're such an incredible boost to your health. They're so easy to use. But here at the fair, we take what would normally be a machine for $4.99 with a $150 second canister. We're going to give you both of them together for only $4.49. It's going to come with our cookbook. It's going to come with a chef-led DVD, and we're going to extend the warranty from 7 years to 8. That warranty is a full machine warranty, covers all parts top to bottom. They even pay the shipping to and from your home. So if anything happens to your Vitamix, no matter where you did get it from, they will just give them a call, 1-800-Vitamix. Even accidental damage, you know. So easy to clean. You'll use your Vitamix 2 or 3 times a day. Good. That's what I thought you were doing. Yeah, good. I knew that would happen. Yeah, I figured that would happen. Well, when we get a little more lower on inventory too, what we might do is use some of this counter space and actually stack the boxes of the different machines, and then start pointing to them and explain the differences. All right. Well, let's take a short break until people come up and finish those smoothies.